Hiya and welcome to Orange Playlist. I'm Laura Laverne, and on today's show, find out what Brian McFadden was talking about here.
You're walking in the street and people are shouting, you know, home wrecker and stuff like that, and you're like, okay, thanks, you know, you were there, thanks.
As 1/5 of Westlife, Brian McFadden sold 30 million records and had 12 number ones. Since leaving the band, he's had instant success with first single Real to Me hitting the top spot. But it's his private life that's really been making the news, with his split from wife Kerry and blossoming relationship with Delta Goodrem. Hide the flowers, because Brian joins me now. Hello, Brian.
Hello.
Thanks for coming on the show. How are you doing today?
Brilliant.
You're doing good. You ready to talk about some music?
Yeah, nice.
Subject close to your heart. When did you start kind of listening to music, buying it, being a music fan?
From a very early age. I think my mum used to play me Daniel O'Donnell all the time, so I had a bit of a scarred childhood with music.
Dark.
And then I realised, you know what, there is actually other music besides Daniel O'Donnell, and I found Kylie Minogue.
Really? Kylie was your saviour?
Then it was Kylie that saved me.
So were you like a pop fan at first? Or?
Not really, no. I kind of when I started off, I just liked Kylie Minogue, and that was it. And I didn't listen to anything else. And then my dad kind of went, yeah, what's wrong with him? Like, put the Barbies down and, you know, listen to some real music.
Right.
And he wanted to listen to stuff like the Dubliners and the Clannad and stuff, and I just wasn't into fiddles, so I just stuck with Kylie.
So you didn't? Do you think that growing up in Ireland did influence what you?
No, definitely. Well, I think because music in Ireland is so, you know, it's so important. Everything's about music. In school, you're taught music. You go to any pub, there's a live band. Everything, you know, funerals, weddings, everything's about music. So you don't really have a choice but to be musical in Ireland. Even if you've no talent, you still think you have, and still sing. But
you've gone for your past choice for a proper, you know, out-and-out rock song, Nirvana.
Yeah,
Smells Like Teen Spirit. Why this song?
Well, I was a massive Nirvana fan, and I kind of went through this period where I thought it was Kurt Cobain, and I used to stop washing and grew my hair really long, and just kind of my life became being a big Nirvana fan. And I think everyone goes through a phase where you just devote yourself to one thing. Do
you remember where you were when you heard that Kurt had died?
Yeah, I actually, it's really weird because I have a ticket at home, because the day Kurt Cobain died, he was supposed to be playing the Point Depot in Dublin, and I had a ticket. But the gig had been cancelled the week before, but people kept their tickets. So everyone there was 8,000 tickets, and 7,000 people brought their tickets back to get a refund, and 1,000 people kept them because they hadn't done it. And then when he died, they became like collector's items, because the tickets for Nirvana at the Point Depot on the day he died. So I still
have you got that in a frame?
I have, but my dad spilled a bit of coffee in it, so it's like, it looks really old now because there's like a little coffee stain and stuff.
All right, Brian, so would you like to introduce a track from the past?
That'd be great. This is my track from the past. This is Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana.
Well, that was a good one, Brian.
Yeah.
That was your past choice. And we're moving into the present now, so it's a band that you really like at the moment, Keane.
Keane.
Why are you so keen on Keane?
I went through it, like, must have been a 2-3 month period where I literally listened to it everywhere I went. If I got up in the morning, I put it on. Get into the car, it went on. I must have bought 20 copies of the album, and it just became my album. The only thing I had to have was my mobile phone, my cigarettes, and my Keane album, and that was it. And I lived off that for months.
They're kind of not very rock and roll, though. They seem to be
quite,
nice guys.
Quite reserved.
Do you like that? Do you like a bit of a good, honest?
Yeah, I do actually. I think it's cool when you can make such great music and then be still down to earth and very.
You don't have to be falling out of nightclubs, kind of.
Yeah, I think that's cool. I like that.
Yeah. So people have made a lot of kind of, you know, you obviously looking very good today, Brian, I must say, but they've made a lot of you did that kind of like lifestyle change, and apparently doing that all you can eat, what not to eat type diet.
Atkins diet.
The Atkins diet, yeah, and you know, looking good. Do you think people put too much emphasis on that kind of thing?
Absolutely. I think, you know, like I didn't lose weight because I wanted to look better. I wanted to lose weight because I was getting too heavy and I couldn't run playing football. That was pretty much it. But there's definitely far too much emphasis on people's looks and their size and their weight and stuff like that. And I think that's why it's kind of cool now that all, like, no offence to anybody, but all the biggest acts this year are all ugly. It's great. I love it. From Keane to Snow Patrol and the Scissor Sisters, and I think it's great because people are starting to buy music for music and not for how they look.
Well, on that note, I think we better hear some Keane. Do you want to introduce it?
Yes. This is Keane, Bed Shaped.
Don't lie. Moving on to the future, that was your present choice.
Yeah.
And for the future, I've managed to persuade you to place your new single. Because you have got one, it seems only fair. So
yeah.
You're going to do that one. Tell us a bit about it. It's you and Delta.
It's called Almost Here. It's a duet with Delta Goodrem. The song is about one person falling out of love with the other, and then trying to explain why, because whenever you need them, they're only almost here. And that's what the song's about.
Now, obviously, I can't let it pass without asking. It's been all over the papers that you two are together, and, you know, is that sort of still on? Is that all still going okay?
At the moment, yeah. Yeah, it's cool.
Do you feel kind of wary about wearing your heart on your sleeve after
yeah, I never
everything
will
that's happened
again.
with Kerry? And...
Yeah, definitely. I'll never talk about any private relationships I ever have again after my first one. No one could ever have prepared me for what happened after me and Kerry broke up. Because I've never had to deal with people talking about such important things in my life
Personal
every single day, making up stories. I mean, every day out in the paper there was something else, from whether it be, you know, dumping Kerry on the phone to fighting for custody over the kids, saying that I was with Delta before me and Kerry broke, all these things that you just got to deal with, and then people judge you, and, you know, you're walking in the street and people are shouting, you know, home wrecker and stuff like that, and you're like, okay, thanks, you know, you know, you were there, thanks. And it just gets a bit sad when everyone in the world now has a comment to make about it, when actually nobody really knows what's going on. And that's,
Yeah.
But again, that's, you know, it's my fault, because we kind of opened our marriage to everyone, to, you know, to the world, with doing an OK magazine and Hello magazine. So, you know, at the end of the day, you know, we kind of built the monster at the end of the day.
Do you think you won't be doing that
Never
next
again.
time?
No, never. And I won't be talking about any private relationships. I'll just talk about music.
So now, obviously, you and Delta are putting this record out together, and also kind of going out together. Is that's going to be quite, you know, hard work to sort of
It's
be
not
together
really.
all the time?
It's two different things. One is professional relationship and a career and music, and then the other is what happens when we're at home. And it's two different things.
Okay, well, let's have a listen to it then. Could you introduce it for us, please, Brian?
Yes, this is Brian McFadden and Delta Goodrum, Almost Here.
I would change the world.
Okay, Brian, we're on to the dedication section of the show now.
Yep.
You've gone for a bit of Kylie. You said earlier she's always been a favourite.
Yeah.
Who are you going to dedicate this to?
To Molly and Lily, to my girls, because when sometimes when they come on the road, the last time we did Top of the Pops, they were there, and Kylie was there, and we were playing the song, and they really loved it, so they were dancing around. So this is their little dancey song they like.
So the girls are Kylie fans.
Yeah.
What other kind of stuff is a hit around the house?
They actually like my stuff as well. The weird thing was, there was a song that didn't make my album that was their favourite, because when I was writing the album I used to play it to them all the time. I had a song called I'll Be the Same Bitch, and it was all like dirty words and stuff in it, and they loved it. And Molly actually got in trouble one day because she was walking around the class and she was going, I'll be the same bitch, like that, and she was put in the corner, and, you know, for giving bad language.
Really?
And the teacher rang me, she's like, you know, your daughter's been saying bad words. I said, what did she say? She said, I'll be the same bitch. She's speaking German? She didn't see the funny side at all.
Okay, Brian, so would you like to make your dedication for us?
Yeah.
That'd be fantastic.
This is from Molly and Lily. This is Kylie, I Believe in You.
Believe you know me, although you know my name.
Okay, so we are moving on now to your all-time favourite. So you've chosen Good Vibrations.
Yeah.
But it's the band that you really love?
Yeah, it's actually mainly Brian Wilson that I really love.
So Brian Wilson, he's a total genius, isn't he?
Absolutely. He's mad as a hatter, but he's a genius.
Yeah.
I went to see him in the Royal Festival Hall. It was just one of the most amazing gigs ever. He's just a genius.
You've gone for Good Vibrations as your chosen song. Is that your favourite Beach Boys song, or is that
No,
just...
my favourite Beach Boys song is probably In My Room, but Good Vibrations sums up the Beach Boys, I think.
Yeah.
They're giving me good vibrations.
It
every time
is,
I
and
listen
it's
to
got
them.
that crazy theremin in it as well.
It's crazy.
Bit of a surf anthem as well, Brian.
And actually, no, it was actually Brian Wilson's mother who came up with the idea.
Really?
Yeah, talking about vibrations. And he went, oh, thanks, Mum, and wrote the song. Apparently.
See, behind every great man. Well, on that note, let's have a listen to your all-time favourite.
Well, this is my all-time favourite track, and it's by probably my all-time favourite artist, and this is Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys singing Good Vibrations.
Well, Brian, thanks very much for coming on the show today.
I've had a blast.
It's been fabulous to have you, and we've got a little prize to offer the viewers to celebrate you being on. A weekend for two in Dublin,
Wow.
flights and accommodation, plus your entire playlist on
Wow.
CD. Not bad, eh?
That is special.
Yeah. And if you want to win it, this is what you've got to answer.
Dublin is the capital of which country? A. Finland, B. Ireland, C. Iceland.
Well, Brian, thanks again. And at home, if you want to see any more on Brian's playlist, get any of the charts in full, or find out about a load of special extras that we didn't have time to cram into the show, then have a look at our website. It's itv.com/orange playlist. I'll see you next time.